Hello everyone. I am Ayushi Agarwal, registration number 19BBS 0116. Today I am going to present the book review on the book A Thousand Splendid Suns written by Khalid Hossain. Before we dive into the book review, I would like to tell about the author's background to understand the novel a little better. Khalid Hossain is an Afghan American novelist famous for his three writings The Kite Runner, A Thousand Splendid Suns, and The Mountains Echo. Khalid Hossain has a deep affection and a deep emotional connection with the people of Afghanistan, with the land, with the culture, with the history and the heritage, and also its social issues, because he had experienced some aspects of political, economic, and social distress of his country during his childhood as the Soviet army had invaded Afghanistan by the 1980s. The author uses his writing as a form of activism. He uses his novels to paint a picture of real Afghanistan, its societal makeup through the perspective of the Afghan people, and to explore difficult topics such as his people's struggle with issues of toxic masculinity and of women's rights. By writing A Thousand Splendid Suns, Hosseini intended to portray women rights issues through Afghan women's perspective. These actual survival deal with the struggles deriving from Afghanistan's toxic patriarchy. Now, coming to what the book A Thousand Splendid Suns is about. A Thousand Splendid Suns is a story that highlights the hardships of women in Afghanistan. The story takes place between the years 1960 to 2005, drawing major references to the actual events that took place in Afghanistan during that timeline. This book focuses on the lives of two women in a war-torn country and difficulties faced by Afghan women in their everyday lives, such as their lack of rights, their suffering from domestic violence, and their endurance of patriarchal issues. The story covers 3 decades of anti-Soviet jihad, civil war, and Taliban tyranny seen from the perspective of two women, Maryam and Leila. Maryam is an illegitimate daughter of a businessman, and after her mother commits suicide, she is forced into marrying Rashid at the age of 15. Later, her husband, Rashid, grows increasingly brutal when she fails to produce a child. 18 years later, Rashid takes another wife, 14 years old Leila, a smart and a spirited girl whose only other options after her parents were killed by rocket fire were prostitution and starvation. Maryam and Leila become allies in the battle with Rashid, whose violent abuse is endorsed by the custom and law. The author gives a forceful portrait of despotism where women are dependent on fathers, husbands, and especially sons as bearing of male child is their only path to an accepted social status. Each woman in the end is forced to accept a path that will never be completely happy for them. In my view, the book is filled with strong emotions and stimulating plot, but with a positive ending, which will leave you teary-eyed but with a smile. About the title of the book, A Thousand Splendid Suns. The title, A Thousand Splendid Suns, literally are the lines from the poem Kabul, written by Iranian poet Saib Tabriz. The title becomes a reference to both the beauty of Afghanistan and the women of Afghanistan. Concerning the novel, I feel the title shows the real essence of the life behind the women's survival. Despite the sadness and the gloom in their life, the two women, Maryam and Leila, are still able to shine with their life and support towards one another, even as co-wives that at many times expected to be loggerheads. This quote, A Thousand Splendid Suns, is again used towards the end of the novel, which reinforces the essence of the title by stating that Maryam is in Leila's heart where she shines with the bursting radiance of thousand suns. Thus I feel the title signifies the brilliance of the characters, especially through their hard times, and the brilliant nature that Maryam had and presented on Leila as well as the positive memories she has left behind for her. There are in total 4 characters in the book, 4 main characters in the book, and I feel all the characters in the book were great and each one of them had layers that made them what they were. The two protagonists of the book are Maryam and Leila. The antagonists of the book are Rashid and the Taliban. Rashid is Maryam's husband, who becomes abusive after knowing about Maryam's miscarriage and infertility. Tariq is Laila's boyfriend and he may not be the main character of the book, but his impact on Laila's life is extremely significant. I feel both the protagonists were great and were portrayed as very strong women. Mariam is the real hero of A Thousand Splendid Suns. She is the one who survives the events of the novel. Mariam changes more than any other character throughout the novel. At the start, she is an illegitimate kid from a small village due to which she is forbidden to take part in the things other people had. Things such as love, family, home, acceptance. She never defended herself against her awful and abusive husband Rashid until the point when she realizes Laila being strangled to death. She understands the need to fight back. In the end, Mariam became what she thought an illegitimate kid like her could never be: a mother, a friend, and a hero. In a perfect world, Mariam would be able to live a natural life with Laila and her family. But heroes like Mariam knows that the world isn't perfect. The only thing you can do is to do what's right for the people you love. Mariam, for her part, is simply grateful for the opportunity to know Laila and her children for as long as she could. It's only because of her heroic actions that Laila and her family could survive and work for positive change in Afghanistan. Even though Mariam is the real hero of A Thousand Splendid Suns, I personally adore Laila's character. Laila is physically described as a beautiful girl with green eyes, blonde curly hair, and high cheekbones. She represents the new modern face of Afghanistan. Education has always been a priority in Laila's life, and she has always received encouragement from her parents to achieve her dreams. Laila owes a lot to her parents' forward thinking views on women's rights. While she is driven towards achievement and excellence, she does not lose her emotional side. She is warm, nurturing, tolerant, but rebellious at the same time. She doesn't back down when Taliban beats her on the way to Aziza's orphanage. She refuses to cave in and tries a different route. She convinced Mariam that she was capable of fighting against Rashid, her abusive husband. She has the power to spread her positive nature to everyone around her. Laila wants her voice to be heard. She remembers her father telling her that Afghanistan is going to need you as much as its men, maybe even more. So when she knew she had the opportunity and the ability to change many lives, she came forward and did that. At the close of the novel, Laila reaches the place she was meant to be and chooses to dedicate her life to help the forgotten children of Afghanistan who never received the same encouragement and love that she did when she was at their age. Laila spreads her Laila spreads her determination and intelligence to the people who needed it the most. Some of the achievement of the book A Thousand Splendid Suns. The book A Thousand Splendid Suns was launched on May 22, 2007, and it remained in the number one spot of the New York Times bestseller list for 15 weeks and later remained on the list for almost a year. The book won the Book Sense Book of the Year award, which is now known as Indies Choice Book Award for the adult fiction in 2008. The book also remained Amazon #1 of the year in 2007. It was nominated for ALA's Best Book for the Young Reader Award in 2008. It was the one worldwide best-selling title in 2008. My favorite line from the book were the words of advice given by Laila's father to her at a very young age. Laila's father Bobby had Laila's father Bobby had made it clear to Laila that the most important thing in life after her safety was her schooling. And therefore, as explaining this to Laila, he says, I know you are still young, but I want you to understand and learn this now. Marriage can wait. Education cannot. You are very, very bright girl. Truly you are. You can be anything you want, Laila. I know this about you. And I also know that when this war is over, Afghanistan is going to need you as much as its men, maybe even more. Because the society has no chance of success if its women are uneducated, Laila. No chance. I completely agree with these lines said by Bobby. I feel educating girls saves lives and builds stronger families, communities, and economies. Girl, girl who receive an education are less likely to marry young and are more likely to lead a healthy, productive life. They earn higher incomes, participate in the decisions that most affect them, and build better futures for themselves and also their families. There are enormous lessons that can be learned from this book. Firstly, It tells us how powerful and how strong the will of a woman are. A woman can achieve and attain everything that she wants. Secondly, it tells us that we all are interconnected in each other's struggles. Like how Mariam saw Lela grow up and later when she comes to her home and they become a part of each other's lives. We all play a role. We all play a major role in elevating others' struggles. Thirdly, we should learn to fight for what we believe in, just like Mariam fought for her freedom and Laila's freedom, and Laila fought for the people of her nation. Fourthly, we learn how education is the most important weapon and the most powerful weapon. As Laila's father has explained to her the importance of education in the various parts of the book, and Laila has also projected it. Next, we have learned how grief, pain, and loss of loved ones makes you a stronger person. This is because when you lose a loved one, you don't have anything else to lose. This reminds me of one of the sayings, from the ashes we will rise. The loss surely takes the character to the ashes, but that is the moment when they rise as the true protagonists. Next, we learn the dignity matters more than anything else in this world. In the book, Mariam, who is the protagonist, demonstrates an extreme level of dignity all her life. Despite being an illegitimate child whose mother dies at a very young age and being abused by her husband, who is almost double her age, Mariam regains the dignity and the love that matters the most to her. She sacrifices everything, but she gets the honor that she deserves in the end. Lastly, we have learned that it's wrong to hurt even bad people. Hurting anyone is the same, irrespective of the fact that the person is good or bad. Hate a person's decision, their habit, but not them. Each person is beautiful, loving soul, and no one is good or bad. Their actions and habits could be bad, and they can be changed. I really like this book, and I feel one should definitely try it. This book has one of the strongest female characters in literature. It makes you realize so many things. When I started reading the book, I had no idea about the Afghan war. I didn't know about their culture, history, torture, and the destruction done by Soviet army and the Taliban. I had no idea regarding the civil war. The way Khalid Hosseini plotted the characters is applaudable. It tells a story of hardships faced by Afghani women amongst all fatal experiences. It describes how hard it is to be a woman in Afghanistan under the Taliban regime, how cruel people can be when yielded with unchecked power, and most of all, it shows how the only thing we have is hope, even amid all the darkness. It depicted how fate can take everything away from you, and at the same time, it will impart someone a second chance to live a new life. A Thousand Splendid Suns speaks to your heart. It will make you cry, will shock you with some of the most heart wrenching moments the two protagonists go through, will make you feel relieved to be born in a peaceful country where such cruelty is unheard of. You will emerge as a changed person after reading it. I would personally recommend it to those who bemoan even small difficulties. Trust me, you would be thankful to be living such a safe and peaceful life. Not all are blessed with it. Thank you.